Hey guys, what's going on? Shifu Gregg here with the Authentic Shaolin Kung Fu School. Today on Form and Function, we're going to be utilizing the new form, which is the 18 palms, the 18 Luohan palms. We'll see you there. Hey guys, what's going on? Shifu Gregg here with the Authentic Shaolin Kung Fu School. Today we're going to be going over form and function. Today's form is going to be the 18 palms, or what it's called is Shi Ba Luohan Zhang. So it's the 18 palms, and or the Luohan 18 palms. And we're going to be going over some of the basic movements and being able to put that to verbatim, and then we're going to be able to put that into modern technique. As we're going through this, you let me know what you think. Let me know if you guys have any questions about what we're doing and how we do it. And other than that, let's get going. Today, what we're going to do is the first part of the first part. I don't want you in the, get out of the picture. The first part of the 18 palms starts off here. So I'm going to show you the first part of the form, and then from there we're going to go on. All right, so it starts off here, it comes down and out, middle, forward, down, and out into a forward stance position. Okay, so each one of these techniques is a horse, middle, sliding forward, we drop down into our cross, and then we come up into a forward stance, and it's a double crane. So we ask ourselves, is it viable? When we're learning the form this way, it's teaching us stance work, it's teaching us transitional movement, it's giving us strength and mind-body connection. It's giving us tools that we can use, but we can't use the tools always in that same string of techniques. So, if we were doing the form as the form is, my opponent throws a lead and I middle. So I'm here, I'm in that middle. From here, I slide to press and I strike with the punch. The next is coming into a cross block and blocking that here. My opponent steps back and I'm gonna run the crane's bill right to the chin. The next technique, if he goes to grab, it's just a twist. And then we throw the side kick. But we're not gonna go that far today. So again, from this position, I'm leaning into middle block, press and punch, and then twist, and then as he steps back, I step in with that crane's bill. That's how the form was pressed to show application in the 18 palms technique. So every form that's created teaches us a specific way of fighting. That's why it's there. But you're not supposed to do this verbatim. Nobody's gonna move the same exact way. So we have to educate ourselves and figure out how we can do it. So that way is the way it's done verbatim of the form. So you understand what the person that was teaching the form is trying to relay so that you can understand. So my opponent's in a guard stance position. So my opponent throws a punch and I'm gonna middle block immediately. Middle block and reverse punch. From here, I'm gonna go into my cross block. But the biggest thing is that if I step and he doesn't move, I can't get my crane's bill off. So if I can't go one way, my Kung Fu style teaches me to move the other way. So I'm here, and the minute he comes in, instead of going this way, I come this way and bring him right to the floor. So all I'm doing is bringing the right arm down and bringing him down to the floor, but I'm turning my body so that I'm ready for the next movement. So if we do this slow, one more time. From here, from guard, it's gonna be middle, reverse, block, and then as I come in, look at my body setup. So I'm set up in horse stance position, just like I was in the last video, right? So from horse stance position, from this block, I come all the way up top. And as I'm here, I sneak my left hand in to twist and bring my opponent to the floor. All right, so we're gonna do this a little quicker. You good? All right, so from guard, again, it's gonna start with that middle. So 1, 2, 3, and right here, I bring my opponent right to the floor. Okay, so one more time. So it's, again, watching the video, you don't really get to experience the movement. And we do this on the fly, guys. So I basically let them know what form we're doing, and we go from there, so that it's not so pre-recorded type, so that it's more of a loosey-goosey type of understanding, and we kind of go with what's happening. So again, from here, I block and bring my opponent right to the floor. And I turn my body, so if I have to come in, I can come in and attack my opponent. So let's do this on the other side. So they get to see what's happening, and I don't know if you guys are gonna see the other arm tilting to tip my opponent, but we'll see how it works out. So from here, I step in and I bring my opponent. If the arm isn't there, I just bring the arm all the way around, bringing him to the floor. So again, one more time from here, I tip. I give him that tip. All right, guys, so we're gonna take it just a step further, give you guys a little bit more. So again, we were talking about how our opponent stepped back so that I can apply the crane. The next motion is from this position, if he throws a punch, if he goes to grab, the next position is a cross block here, and then a side kick to hit my opponent. Throwing a side kick, regardless of if he's at the distance of this, when I go into this technique here, my chamber has to be so compact to throw that kick at the waist. It's for me, it doesn't make sense. It's not as viable as it can be. So how can we change this, right? So one more time, from this position here, I block here. The motion is supposed to be here, side kick, and being able to block, right? And holding the arms here to block my body. So let's change that. I'm not saying to change the form. I'm saying to change the recipe to modernize the technique a little bit more. So from this position here, obviously I'm not gonna come in with an under crane, but if I was in this position and my opponent threw, I would come up right underneath the chin here. So if I was fighting, I could either go straight in here or I can come underneath here. And that's what I'm looking to do. So he's gonna throw that lead, I'm gonna come underneath from here. One here, and I'm gonna turn here, and I'm gonna strike the inside of that leg and bring him to the floor. So I'm not changing the motion per se, but what I'm doing is I'm just adding a more realistic, modern application. And the reason why I can do that and switch to that form and function is because I know the form. And I know what the person teaching the form was supposed to be doing, and I know what the idea of the form of fighting is supposed to be for that particular form, if that makes any sense. So again, so from guard stance, it's gonna be one here, nice and quick. 1, 2, 3, and right to the inside of the leg. All right, so I'm trying to be gentle, and like we were talking about before, inside of the leg is weak, very tender on the inside. Outside of the leg, people can take a beating, but the inside's a little different. All right, so again, it's gonna be one here, turn, and then the inside of the leg, bringing our opponent to the ground. All right, we'll switch to the other side. So this is it's a quick version. So instead of doing this, I'm coming up with an inverted fist. So it's 1, 2, 3 on the inside of the leg, you okay? And I'm just striking to the inside of the thigh. Cool? So guys, that wraps up our form and function. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for being a part. I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, share, like, click that bell, brings up the algorithms. The more you guys subscribe, the more numbers we get. The more numbers we get, the more we can make videos for you guys. And again, if you guys have any questions, definitely leave the comments down below. We had one lovely comment that was, you people are better performers than fighters. For me, that's the most ignorant thing to ever say, because you are just blanketing the whole martial art community as Kung Fu stylists are just performers, and that's all bullshit. So we're not all just performers. So a lot of us fight, a lot of us take the time to break down the systems. Again, there's more similarities than there are differences in our arts. And that's what this is all about. That's what we're trying to bring to the forefront here. So guys, thank you so much. Really work your forms. Try to find the bridge between form and function. One of the most important things that we can do. And the way the Kung Fu styles do it is we do it in form. And then we take that form and we have to bridge it. We have to bridge the gap between form and function and making it more modern. So I hope that brings to light a little bit more of what we do, guys. Again, we're more similar than we are different. Thank you very much for being here. And guys, remember, train, don't complain. See you soon. Obviously, it's a little strange because I'm starting in this position, but we're gonna use this traditionally, and then we'll move on to a more modern aspect. So it goes 1, 2 here. When he comes in, I step in, and I dump my opponent to the floor.